Terri from Art of Toys, and it's that time of month where we flip from one show to the next, and going into October, we have artist stalls. This month, we have lots of different artists, but we'll start here with Ramona Garcia. She's a Sacramento artist, and tell us a little bit about yourself, Ramona.
Yeah, thank you. Well, thank you for having me here. So I'm a paper mache artist. I have been doing this craft for about 10 years, and recently got into doll making, and it's just been such a wonderful experience, and fell in love with it.
What inspires your art?
So my work is inspired by traditional folk art in Mexico. And we have this traditional paper mache dolls that I have kind of taken and done and have practiced the form, but do my own designs on them.
So you're using more of a contemporary design with them.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Are you self-taught?
I actually went to learn from artisans in Mexico to learn how to do the craft of paper mache and the history of the dolls and where that came from. But most of my designs come from me, and that's kind of my
Tell us a
own
little
thing.
bit about the pieces you're holding here.
Oh, sure. So this is a set inspired by the Addams family in the spirit of October and Halloween. And these are these dolls are made from a mold first, and then from that we get a reproduction, and that's what I use to.
Do you sculpt the mold?
I have sculpted my own molds, yeah.
So your main medium is always paper mache. Do you paint or do any others?
Yes. So I started by being a painter, and then I got into filmmaking, and then that led me into stop motion animation, and that got me into the whole thing with dolls and puppets. And then after college, when I didn't have a studio, I started looking more at like crafts, and this has been the thing that I've been on.
What do you use for your inspiration on the themes?
It really varies. I have been inspired by mythology, gods and goddesses from Mexican culture, as well as just more fun stuff like the Addams family, or just pop
Is
art
this
shows.
a character from Addams Family? Is this the
That
little
is,
boy?
yes, that's a little boy, Pixley.
Pixley, okay. Do you remember what your first piece of art that you created?
Yeah, so the first piece of art was just a copy of the traditional paper mache doll, which has a jumpsuit and a flower design on the chest. Very simple.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
What was the first stuff that you sold?
The first doll that I sold, it was inspired by the moon goddess Coyolxauhqui, and it was sold to an art professor of mine from college.
That was nice.
That was a really nice
step of faith, huh?
Yes.
What is your design process? Do you first draw them? Do you sculpt them? How do you take that into?
Yeah, so I started with the molds. I paper mache the mold, and then I do each part separately: the torso, the legs, the hands, and set that out on the sun to dry. So it's a little bit of a multi-step process. Then I make an incision to take out the mold, seal it up again, and then once it's dry, I put it back together with strings. All of the limbs are movable, and then I do the design on top of that.
How many hours do you think each piece average takes you?
About 16 to 20.
Yeah. Not counting the drawing, just
Not counting,
yeah.
yes.
So, do you have any art challenges you hope to tackle?
Yeah, so one of the things that really drew me into this craft is the fact that it's a disappearing art form in Mexico. So I just wanted to create more awareness around that, and work with younger generations. I also teach workshops just to be able to promote and inform people about this beautiful art, and hopefully inspire folks to continue.
Where do you see you with your art, like in 5 years?
I definitely hope to continue to be making dolls, maybe teaching more workshops and working more directly youth and children. That's sort of my passion. So,
Great.
yeah,
Well, they are wonderful.
thank you.
So you can find these in a few days at artoftoys.com in the doll section. And we will also have it at the Art Walk here at 18th and L in Sacramento, California for Artist Dolls is the show for October. Thank you.